Once upon a time, there lived a man and a woman, Tochukwu and Uzoma. They both had 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. Adugo was the oldest one. She was the firstborn. However, her mother Uzoma was always maltreating her. She would make Adugo do all the work in the house and allow her younger ones to play around. She always beat Adugo the hardest and would scold her, while she let her younger ones get away with things. This made Adugo feel less of herself. She did not believe that her mother loved her. She always thought that she had a different mother. She would always complain to her father, but her father would tell her that her mother loves her and that is why she was always scolding her. As time went on, one of Uzoma's brother, their uncle, came to visit. His name was Goze. Goze would visit the house and play with his nephews and nieces. Everyone was happy because he always brought snacks for them. He was the favorite uncle. Everyone loved him. He would play with the kids and help Uzoma in the house. She always liked it when her brother Goze came around. However, one night when everybody was sleeping, Goze went into Adugo's room and attacked her. Adugo screamed for help, but Goze pressed her down and nobody could hear her. The following morning, she ran and told her mother what happened. Her mother slapped her and told her to get out of her room. She was lying. She was a witch. Her brothers and sisters were surprised. No one knew what to believe because Goze was the favorite uncle. He was never bad. He had never done anything mean to them. How could this happen? Adugo felt pained. No one believed her and she didn't feel loved at all. Why was this happening to her, she would say? Why does her mother hate her so much? Why would her mother believe the man that attacked her instead of believing her? Throughout this incident, no one mentioned it to Tochukwu, the father of the house, because Uzoma had told all her children and Goze not to mention it to him. So Tochukwu went around not knowing what had happened. Now, after a few months, Goze came back again to visit. This time, he tried to attack Adugo's sister. But Adugo was smart. She went in and called her dad. Immediately, Tochukwu saw that Goze was about to attack his younger daughter. He jumped on him and beat him up. He beat him blue back and told him to get out of his house. Uzoma was pleading, no, it's the devil. It's the devil. He will never do such a thing. I'm sure it's this Adugo. It's this Adugo that caused it. Tochukwu told her to shut up. Shut up, woman. Shut up. Why do you hate this girl so much? I am telling you that I saw it with my 2 eyes. If I see this your brother here again, I will throw you out of my house and go back to your father's house. You see what you have done, you stupid girl. Evil, that is all you can do. Bringing confusion everywhere. This is what Uzoma said to Adugo. Now, after a few years, Adugo decided to listen to her friends and she ran away from the home. She was tired of being maltreated and so she left. She did not tell anybody where she was going to. And then years passed. In that time, Adugo had gone through the hands of many abusive men, but finally, she was able to have her own money and her own house. Then she began to miss her father. She wanted to see him again. So now, after many years, Adugo went back home. There, she saw her mother. Her mother was very weak. Her mother stood up to hug her and say, "My daughter, thank the gods you are back." But Adugo hissed and walked past her. Adugo went straight to her father. She saw that her father was on his sick bed and he was dying. "My daughter, please forgive your mother for all she has done," her father begged her. "Thank God you are back home. We were worried about what happened to you. You ran and did not tell anybody." Adugo told her father that she was tired. She had been maltreated too much and she was tired and she wanted to leave. And that is what happened. She ran away. "Thank God you're back, my daughter," her father said. After that, he died. After his death, Adugo and her siblings buried their father. Tochukwu willed everything to his children. His home, where Uzoma lived, he willed it to his daughter Adugo. Adugo now had possession over his home. As was tradition, at the center of that home, at the center of the compound, Tochukwu was buried. He was the father. However, when Uzoma became sick and she was almost dying, she sent for Adugo, but Adugo never came. She begged her children to ask Adugo to forgive her, but Adugo never forgave her. Now Uzoma now died, and her other children wanted to bury her next to her husband, but Adugo refused. She had warned them that the land was now her own, and if anybody buried Uzoma next to her father, she would not be happy. Thinking that Adugo was just upset, her siblings went ahead with the burial and buried their mother next to their father. After the burial, they left. But what they did not know was that night, Adugo came and dug the ground and brought out her mother. She threw her mother's dead body into the bush. On hearing what had happened the following day, her siblings were confused. Adugo, we know that you and Mama never got along, but do you hate her that much? Yes, I hate her. How can you people bury her on my own land? Throw that woman into the Igbo forest. Do not bring her anywhere near me, both when she was alive and when she had died. I do not want her near me. Her siblings did not know what to do. Adugo now moved into the house and was now living there. However, every night, her mother's spirit would cry, Adugo, Adugo, please forgive me. Allow me to stay next to my husband, her mother would cry. But Adugo's heart was strong with hatred. Everything that she had been through in her mother's hand, she remembered it every day. What pained her the most was that when her uncle attacked her, she told her mother what had happened. Her mother refused to believe in her. She hated her for this. Now, after a while, she stopped hearing her mother's voice. The voice disappeared. Adugo believed that now her mother had gotten the message and her spirit had left her alone. Now, after a few days, Chinelo, Adugo's friend, came to visit her. Adugo, Adugo, are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. What is the problem? You did not hear the latest. What do you mean by what happened? Chinelo told her that one of their mutual friends, Ebere, was the one who had put poison in Adugo's food some time ago. The friend had gone to a chief priest to ask that Adugo's spirit be tied in a bottle so that she would succeed Adugo. Adugo was richer and doing well as a businesswoman, and Ebere, their friend, was very jealous, and she wanted to destroy Adugo's business. So, her and the chief priest had come up with a plan to tie Adugo's spirit. But for whatever reason, a woman appeared and broke the bottle. The woman was screaming, "Leave my daughter alone, leave my daughter alone." Adugo was surprised to hear this. "Describe the woman to me," she told Chinelo. The woman is tall, she's a bit fair. She says she appeared in white. Tall and fair? That looks like my mother, Adugo said. Didn't your mother die? Yes, she did. Then Adugo went to where she threw her mother's body in the bush, but she couldn't see her mother's body. She now went to the Ezemo. The Ezemo told her that her mother's spirit had gone to fight on her behalf. Where a spiritual arrow was being sent to hit Adugo directly, her mother stood between Adugo and the arrow struck her mother's spirit. And now her mother's spirit does not have enough power to go to her ancestors. The only way to help Adugo's mother is to bury Adugo's mother next to her husband. With her husband's spiritual power, she will be able to ascend to her ancestors. The only problem here was Adugo had to forgive her mother. The Ezemo begged her, if for nothing else, for without her help, that arrow would have killed you. Your mother has saved you from death. Because of this, Adugo took pity on her mother. They located her body and buried the body next to her father's grave. After the burial, everybody left. That night, Uzoma's spirit appeared again to Adugo. Adugo, Adugo, please forgive me. Immediately, Adugo woke up. Mama, I've forgiven you. It's okay. Go. Go and meet Papa. Go. And with that, Adugo's mother disappeared and she went with her husband to their ancestors.
I said,